Hey guys, Cindy over paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by. God bless you for being here. We are continuing with my spring cleaning. I had been telling you that I've been accumulating, especially after doing, mass makes and following around. 1 year I did Roxy's weekly challenge, and then I did Tina's 100 mass make things in 100 days. So I've accumulated all this ephemera, and I'm going through it and deciding what I'll actually use and what I won't. I started off with you guys, I think, a little bit backwards, because this is my drawer of what I considered finished ephemera. And even some of this stuff is stuff that I probably won't use. So either one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to look at it and say, I can take this apart and do other things with it, or I'm going to look at it and say, you know what, this is finished. Maybe somebody else can use it, and I'll throw it in with all the stuff I want to put in those bundles. And one of these days, we're going to put those bundles together, I swear. I thought I was actually going to have them done, and then, my daughter started school and my schedule went haywire. So hopefully I'll be able to get them done maybe over the summer or something like that. And I was thinking that maybe some of the finished ephemera that I won't use will go in there. But what I noticed was I was going through the box that I had with you guys the first time, and I was finding things like this that are done. So this is done. It's a flippy pad. It's all decorated. It's all ready to go. It should be in here, but it was in with all the flippy pads. And all the ones that are like separated into flippy pads and pockets and stuff are supposed to be unfinished ephemera that I can grab as a base to put into a journal. So I've sorted some, I went through and finished sorting that box that I was working on with you. And I've got stuff here that needs decorating or finishing. And then I've got stuff here that's pretty much done. And the stuff that's done, it was already done, or like this one, I decorated it. I finished decorating it. I don't know. If you go back and look at the video, I made the comment that I would put some stuff here and maybe put stuff there. And I went ahead and did that and glued everything down. And now this one's ready to go, and it's got its paper clip, and it'll slip in, and it's a finished flippy pad. And I put a cluster that I made on there and just kind of decorated it up some. And it's a postcard. It's an old postcard. But anyway, so I had all this finished ephemera, and I started thinking, I was like, I have a box of decorated ephemera that those should be in, and they're not. So I feel like we should have started here. So we're going to go through all my decorated ephemera. I know my desk is a mess. This is what happens when you spring clean, right? You pull whole tons of stuff out, you go through it, you figure out what you want, what you don't want, you get rid of stuff. Okay, this was a card that I showed you, and I decorated this after I got off the video with you, because this was one of the things I pulled out of that box that I was working with you guys on in the last spring cleaning video. Or the first spring cleaning video, however you want to look at that. And so I decorated the front of it and everything. So that one's finished. Now going through here, I'm looking at, okay, so here's a flippy pad. And I decorated it, and it's ready to go. And I did say that I will more than likely use these. I mean, these aren't something that are a big deal. They can get paper clipped to a page. You can even use these to, say I wanted to take this little booklet and clip it into a journal. I could stick it on there, and I could use this to clip it on. And then you could take this out and write on it. You can take this out and mess with it, and, like that. So this is ready to go. And I'll probably use that. This is a pouch. I like this. I decorated this. This I will probably use. These are just little they're writing booklets. The spine is washi tape. I don't know that I would sew anything in there unless I put something down the middle here first, and then maybe I could sew pages in. But as they stand right now, it's just a piece of, you stick it down in the pocket, then when you take it out, you can open it and write on it. So it's just journaling, but it's done. Okay, this. I had all these children's books. Remember how I told you when I first started this journey, I went and bought all kinds of stuff. I was like, oh, I'm going to buy this and I'm going to buy that and children's books this. And, you know, I was seeing all this stuff. Well, I'm finding it hard to use some of these children's book things because it's not necessarily art I like, or it's not necessarily fitting in any of the journals that I would put it in. But this is basically either you could glue it closed as an envelope or use it as a fold out writing space. It's got a pocket in it and then it's decorated on this side. So this is one of those things where I wouldn't want to throw this away. It's got vintage fabric and vintage lace and pictures from the storybook, and somebody else may be able to use this. So this is something that I would set aside to put in the bundles. Okay, so a lot of this storybook stuff may very well be bundle stuff. So I have an empty box where I took all this stuff out of. For now, I'm just going to throw anything I want to put in the bundle down in there. Okay. My nose, can you hear it? My nose has been doing this all day. Okay. I don't know if it's allergies or a head cold or what, but my nose can't decide if it wants to be clear or stuffed up today. It's been back and forth all day long. Okay. This is a decorated fold out thing, but the thing is I decorated. Normally this is the side you would glue down, but I decorated it. So this is a pocket one. Like there's that little booklet. I made these little booklets. They're just pocket booklets. And I took one of these that I decorated and I stuck it down in one of these pockets. So this is something you pull out, you write a note, you fold it up, you stick it back in this little pocket here. Okay. So that one will also go in a pocket. But for now, it goes with that book. Okay. And then I made these. These are something to do with greeting cards. So you put a pocket on here. You would glue this down as a pocket. And then you've got this flip out for writing space and just, you know, to be decorative. And then that glues down in a book. So I have that. I will keep that. This is, I don't even know why this is on here. It's not technically finished. The pocket's not glued. But I mean, it's cute and I like it. And I mean, I don't have any problems with it. This was one of the books that we did with the card on the outside. Remember the card panel books? And then I decorated this one on camera when I made these. And then this one needs stuff to go on the inside. I don't know. It's considered finished because I decorated it. Actually, this just says decorated ephemera. I can still sew pages or staple pages or whatever I want into there, and I can still decorate those sides. So that I'll keep. These I'm keeping. This I want to set because I know what I might want to use that in. These were, remember I said Roxy's Weekly Challenge? This was a Roxy's Weekly Challenge pocket made from Book Page. So we'll be keeping that one. This, okay. This was one of Tina's. I think these are neat. I don't know that I would ever use them. Basically what you do is you glue all of this down to a piece so that you can glue this down as a tuck or a pocket or whatever. And then on top of the pocket, you've got this little area where you can open this up and you can tuck stuff into these little folds of this accordion. And then you can fold the accordion down and you can write on here, right? You're supposed to be able to write on here. And then you fold the accordion back up like that. And then you tie it all back down again. And that would be on top of a tuck. I don't know that I would ever use this. I mean, I like interactive. This isn't the kind of interactive that I think that I would use. But I'm wondering if it, like, again, it could go in a bundle. Somebody else might use this better than me. So I might stick this in the bundle. Okay. These are, I don't know why these are in here. I put them over here. Okay. This is a pocket I made that for some reason I didn't glue. So this is a piece of scrapbook paper, and we did the folds, and then it makes this layered pocket. And I haven't, I thought it was interesting because I did this and folded it a different way, and I ended up with that. So if I was to stick this on a page like this, you would have pockets on this side, pocket, pocket, and then over here you would have pocket, pocket. So I thought that was kind of interesting that it did that. And I even like the fact that this changes the direction of the stripe and gives it a little more. Did I leave that open? I'm not usually in for triangular uptucks. But anyway, so that. Hey, this is a layered pocket that could go down as a tuck. That's decorated and ready. Okay, this is not something I probably would ever use. It opens back here. Cute. And I suppose you could glue it. But this comes out of here, okay? And then you write on the lines, and then you fold it back up, and you stick it back in this tuck. And then you use it as journaling space. This one I'll probably use just because I made it. My thought was to cut this piece off and use it as like a double tuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you could tuck under there and then you can tuck in here. But this one goes together okay, so I will probably keep this one, but I probably wouldn't make any more of these. And if I find any more that aren't decorated, I'll probably take them apart. So, that would be a one-time use deal. I made this guy. This is just out of wallpaper. This is some of my wallpaper scraps. I could give up chocolate, but I'm not a quitter, is what I put on here. Because I thought this would look really cute in a chocolate coffee chocolate journal, So that's done. Hold on a second. Okay, I know so far it seems like I'm just keeping everything, but I feel like all the stuff I'm coming to on the top is stuff that I would use. Okay, this is just another one of those pocket booklets. And that one got decorated, so it's not in the pile with the other ones over here that didn't. So that's good. Oh, I made this. This is an envelope I decorated with napkins. Yeah, I decoupaged napkin, and I decoupaged one napkin on here and then used a knife to slit it back open again. So this all got decoupaged as one piece. Anyway, I think I did 2 of them. I think there's another one hanging out here somewhere. This is just another one of those folded pockets. There's the pocket here. It's a divided pocket, so you got space in the front and in the back. Something very fall. Oh, this is one of those. Remember those ones I cut apart? I cut the bottom. Actually, I could cut the bottom of this one. I could cut these apart. I might. Let's do that. I'm going to cut this apart. And then I'll have one unfinished and one finished. Whoa. Where's my little... Oh, right there. I don't need that big thing. This was... So these were glued onto something that I got rid of as decoration, but I didn't want to lose the flowers, so I just cut them free, and they're ready to glue down by the piece of paper they were on. I know, I'm getting distracted. So easily done. All right, so we're going to move this ribbon, and I'm going to cut this apart. And this is just like I did yesterday, or, well, yesterday. It wasn't even yesterday for me. I'm not even sure why I did that, or said that. And what I'll have to do is glue this pocket shut on the bottom. So right here, I'll have to get some glue down in here. I'm just going to open I have one sitting upside down that's almost empty, but I'm not going to fight with that right now. So we're just going to use this. I'm just going to put some glue along the edge here. We're going to glue this one shut. And then you have... I mean, I know it takes it back to being pretty basic. It's not anything necessarily overly interactive or anything anymore. But sometimes simple is better, I feel like. And I would rather have a simple pocket like this to make something on the page than, something overly complicated that I'm trying to fold around and everything. I'm learning that simple is sometimes better. So we have this one that's all set. And then we have this one that still has to be decorated and probably trimmed. I'm going to put this in the unfinished pile and I'll worry about it later. I'll probably forget that its bottom is not glued, but I'll figure it out when I go to try to put something in it. Once it's glued in a book and it gets all... Okay, this is a journaling card, but I thought these were a lot of fun, and it's finished. It's ready to go in a pocket. Let's see if we remember what this is. Oh, this is one of those flip-ups. Really cute. Okay, I actually think I might... I'm collecting things because I know what I might use them in. That doesn't happen to me very often, so I'm going with it. This is one of those this is an envelope that got turned into a house. I'm going to put this in the unfinished pile because it needs fixing. Okay. Here we have another one of these. I like these. I just haven't used them yet. Here's a card. Does it have a pocket on the back? It does. So it's also got a pocket on the front. And it's shaped like a little jar. Okay, I'm going to say this. I can't glue this down because I put a pocket on the back. Can't is a strong word. I can glue this down even though I put a pocket on the back. I just would lose that pocket. And then I would get this pocket. If I was going to glue this down, I would probably put tape here to try and... Because you'd be putting something in behind it and you'd catch on there. Because that's cardstock. So it would catch. But anyway, I know we're going through this and I'm explaining. This is a nice envelope. This is nice. It's just a basic take a piece of paper and fold it. I think that turned out really cute. Okay, that's just a journaling card. Oh, this is one of those try 3 pieces of paper that go together, glue it down to the background and then decorate on top. That works really well if you get 3 pieces of paper that go really well together. It makes a good card. So just as here's another one. This was 3 pieces of paper, one here, a book page here, and this background piece back here, and then I decorated on top of it. They turn out really cute, and as long as you get 3 pieces that kind of have something about them that go together and book page is neutral, you can usually get a decent card out of that. This was strips, and then I just decorated over it. So, yeah. That's all ready to go except for, as you can see, I just glued them to book page. That's going to have to get glued down to something stiff. And then it can be in because I put a button on here like this, it's probably going to end up being a pocket. Here's another card. I love these. They're great. Can even put pockets on the front, which I think I did with these two. And you can cut the angle at the top. So like this one's this angle. This one's angle is a little, not quite so deep, I guess. I like these, so I'll probably hold on to these. Here's an example of one of those accordion things with stuff in it. So I decorated this one up and I put stuff in it. And I know we're basically just going through my ephemera. But I'm trying to figure out what I will use and what I won't. I'm taking these out of here because I'm probably not going to keep this. But this one has a pocket in the front, I think. Maybe? No. That's just a tuck. Because I had something in there. Yeah, so there's a pocket there. Yeah, there we go. Popped open. So there's a pocket in the front there, where the thing glues down, and then you can still fold this back down like this as writing space. Okay. Now, if you found a different way to, you might, instead of doing this, maybe you could clip it or something. But remember, this back piece is supposed to get glued down. So it's like, I don't know. This just isn't, this isn't a me thing. So I'm going to put this down. This one's kind of got some decorations on it. This is vintage lace. So I'm going to put this down to go in a bundle, and maybe somebody will use it better than I do. All right, then we have, this is one of those pocket things. If you saw me in the other video, I took some of these apart. The reason I'm not going to take this one apart is because this is paper, and this doesn't buckle as bad as the cardstock does. So this will probably be okay to use as to put into a book or to use as a book. Either way you want to do it. You could sew some pages in there if you wanted to, or you could sew it into a journal, and then you'd have a pocket here and a pocket here. And then you just decorate the rest of it. So it's not quite finished, but it's close. This is just a tall, there's not a lot to that. I think, why it doesn't have a tab on it. Yeah, I made these. These are kind of bulky. Okay, again, so this is an envelope, I think. Yeah, this was an envelope. And this, we folded it in half and then I folded it down. Pretty sure that's how that worked. Yeah, you could probably do this with, well, not the back pocket part, but this part you could probably do with just cardstock, and it wouldn't be quite so bulky. It's just kind of, like I said, bulky. And then what I did is I made these little journaling squares. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper. Open it up and you can write on it, and it fits in this triangular pocket because it's the right shape. Normally what I would do is put a tab on there, but I guess if it sticks out, if it doesn't go all the way in, I guess you don't need it. But I'm pretty sure that's small. Yeah, it is. So I would probably put a tab on there. I think I have one in here with a tab on it. This is another one of the pouches. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, that's just a... This is a pocket. Okay. These are flippy pads. But they're made to look like decorative tags, so it's a flippy pad tag. I made a few of these. I would use these, stick them in pockets. They're good pocket filler. These were decorative frames I made. What did I do with this? I don't remember. I made this for matching, so it's a matching set kind of a deal. You got a tag, a card, and this little guy. Oh, a paperclip pocket is what that is. So I'm looking, guys. I'm looking. That's a booklet with pockets. This is another one of those envelopes, I think. And I decorate. I really like the way that turned out. It's really nice. Okay. I know, this is kind of boring, isn't it? This is another one of those pockets. This one, again, was made out of paper. So my advice for these is they're not bad. This is basically a tube. I don't think I glued it in the middle. I may have. No, I didn't. It's basically a tube. See that? And you just fold it and then fold this up over the end, and you can make a pocket here, and then you've got the ends. And then when you sew this in, it closes that back end and you've got two pockets, right? And I decorated this one up. Here. See, this one was made out of cardstock. I'm not really sure why this one didn't buckle as much, but I decorated it, so I'll probably use it. But this one's more, I don't know. Maybe the cardstock's lighter weight. And here is, oh, the bottom of it is cut like one of those jars. And then it's got a pocket in the front. And I got no idea what's going on here, guys. I'm going to put this in the unfinished pile, even though it's decorated, because I don't know what I want to do with that. Okay, so here is let's open it, because obviously it opens. I put string on it. It's a book with side pockets. She's so adorable. I mean, that art I like. Okay, and then this is another paperclip pad. This was another postcard. So I decorated this one as a postcard. This is 2 more of those journaling spot opening books. I'm going to confess. Okay. So I made these. Basically, it was 2 pieces of scrapbook paper from the same pad, cut to different sizes, and then this one was glued on top of this one as a pocket. Although I didn't glue through the middle, so it goes all the way through. But the idea was to fold it in half, and then you've got a pocket here and a pocket here, and then it's a booklet. Okay, and this one got decorated. I'm going to confess, I went through when I found all of these little booklets and I cut them because they buckle. You can't open them all the way, first of all. And they're bulky there at the spine where you've put the 2 pieces of cardstock together. It's cardstock, so it's bulky. So now I've got all these little cards with either a belly band or, if I glue that down, a tuck spot. And I thought they would make really good things for those layered pockets that we make. So like if you were to layer 2 of these, well, no, maybe not 2 of these, but this and something else together to make a pocket. You know what I mean? So like you take this and you make a pocket out of it, and you could stick something back there and something back here, but you just make a layered pocket out of it. A peekaboo pocket too, because you'd see underneath there. This is another one of these crossbody things. I mean, they're not hard to make, but you've got all these layers of paper in here that just make them bulky. Actually, that's 3 layers of pocket, because this back one is a layer of pocket too. So you can stick something back there, something in here. Oh, it comes apart, sort of. Anyway. But yeah, so I cut these apart to be layered, to make those layered pockets. Or you can just stick it in a book as a pocket on its own. So I will probably do same with this one, and even this one. This one I stuck an extra belly band on, and then it's the pocket. But I will probably cut this free. And this is just an already decorated section of the pocket. So these are going to get cut free. So all I did was, because it's easier to do it. See, I wandered away to get my nose to calm down, and I've lost all my stuff. Okay, so it's easier to do this like this. So I'm just going to go right to here, right along the crease in the middle. And I'm just going to cut this. Hopefully I don't cut through any of the lace or anything. I don't think I did, but who knows. Okay, and then I have the belly band with the belly band. And more than likely this one will get glued at the end. But this becomes one of those cards. And then this one is also a card. And that's got a little bit of a curled edge. You know what I found that I can do is, if the edge is curled, I can get this and kind of do like that. And it'll flatten that back out again some. So you can kind of scrape that fold flat, and it flattens it back out some, and then you've got the card. And then that kind of curved edge is hidden by that lace. So I've got that, and I'll cut that one in a minute. But that's basically what I did with those, because I wanted them as those cards. Those belly bands and pockets that you make like that, I love, because they're relatively flat, and they're still a lot. You can put a lot in them. Okay, so here's another tag. What is this? This is an envelope book that the lace needs fixing. And then what I'll probably do is I have a tendency to cut on the envelopes, and then I'll put a piece of cardstock or paper or something over that to decorate that inside flap. Here's more of these. I've got more of these kinds of pockets. They take up a whole page. So if you make these full page pockets and you make them out of book page, this uses up at least 3 book pages, depending on how stiff you want your pockets to be. Okay. Here again this has got a pocket in the back, pocket here, and then if you glue it down as a pocket, it's another pocket. Lots of pockets. I love these. I like the idea of stitching them before you glue them together. I think that gives them a really cool look. And then I did this one. I love the way that one turns out. Or turned out. Okay, and then we did these window pockets. Here's another book page pocket with it. This has got a tuck on it. Book page covered with napkin. I don't know what this is. This is a card. That's just a journaling card with made from masterboard. Okay. I know. This is a lot of, probably from you guys, it's probably a lot of who cares. All right. This is, oh, that's to fold around a pocket. And then you fold these up and they're journaling space. So they're tucks. Right? So you would put this on a, anyway. Okay, here's another one of these pockets. I mean, I like the way the pocket turned out. I don't know that I would use the art. This is vintage wallpaper or vintage lace, a label, some washi tape, and you just stick it in the book and use it like that. It's the chimney sweep and the shepherd S. Well, anyway, I'm going to put that in the bundle box. These are pockets. So you can tuck something down in there, behind there. I've got 2 of these. I've got 3 of these made. I used cupcake wrappers. I think the person I saw do this used doilies. This is pockets, pocket. What is this? This is another one of those side opening. This is vintage wallpaper. So it's got a pocket on this side and a pocket on this side. So this would be something you would clip in with stuff tucked in it. And it's got vintage fabric on it, some vintage wallpaper. It's from an old children's book, some coffee dyed planner paper. I'm going to stick this one in the bundle pile. This is a CD pocket that I made. So it's got a window. I'm also going to stick this in the bundle pocket. This is some vintage trim and a vintage button. This is scrapbook paper that I've had for like ever, and I'm tired of looking at it. And I think every time I see it, I'm like, I don't want to use that. So maybe if somebody else, and it's not because I think it's ugly. I think the flowers are cute and everything. I've just been looking at it for so long that I don't want to have it around anymore. I'm going to put it in there. CD pockets. I don't know. All right. This is a library pocket. So you make a tube, you fold it up. You get a pocket here, and I glued it together, and this pocket is on the side. So it's like 3 pockets. These are hard for me to use only because I don't like just sticking something down in the corner of a page and having more page. If this went all the way to the top, of course, that would make this pocket hard to use. But if this went all the way to the top or something like that, if I have a short page to put it on, that would be okay. I'm kind of, I don't know. This pocket. These are also made out of paper. I love the way this turned out. This is actually to glue down as a gusseted pocket. So that's why that's like that. I like the way that turned out. I like the way that turned out. I don't know that I'm going to be getting rid of a lot in here, guys, which is a problem because I have too much stuff and I don't know what to use it in. Okay, this flips up for journaling space. Then there's a pocket here that will keep that journaling space closed. This flips up for journaling space. And then there's a pocket here, and whatever you stick in will keep that journaling space closed. And then you can glue the whole thing. It's glued onto a piece of book page, so you can glue the whole thing down to make a full page pocket to slide something in. These are tucks I made out of wallpaper. Coin envelopes. I don't know that I would use coin envelopes. I mean, I guess I could clip it in and stick something down in it. I like the way the decorating turned out. Okay, this is made on vintage wallpaper, and Oh, no, it's not. It's made on coloring book page with vintage wallpaper and stickers. I think I'm going to put this in the bin. I mean, it's just, I have tons of it. And I don't know what to do with it. This is a pocket. Oh, it's a double pocket. It's a divided pocket. Oh, that didn't work real well. Whatever. This is a ticket-shaped pocket. All right, guys. These are envelope-shaped pockets. So that flips up, but there's not actually anything under there. It's a faux envelope pocket. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, these are bulky. Yeah. This is made out of cardstock. And while I like the individual pockets, I think together as a fold-over thing like this, these are bulky. So I'm probably going to cut this one apart. I'm going to set this over here because I'm going to cut that apart. These are the ticket pockets. This is another one. I'll probably cut this apart. This is made out of cardstock. It's all decorated and ready to go, but I just don't like, I don't know if I like these fold around page pockets. I don't think that's a me thing. This is a homemade envelope. So I made that envelope out of scrapbook paper. Decorated it up. Nice. Looks good. Okay. Pocket. Wait. Oh, it's got a side. So it's a side here and an angle there. I was going to say that's awfully bulky to just be one pocket. Okay, and then this is one of those ones that's a pocket there and a pocket in the envelope, and then you've got a thing. See how I put a tab on that one? That's a piece of old vintage fly paper from a book. And then it tucks in there, and it's got a little tab to take it out. And again, these would make good fronts on layered pockets. I like the layered pocket thing. I think these were... I think this is a pocket. No? Yes. This is a pocket. So it's tag pocket. I'm going to put this in my bundle book. I don't know that I'll use that. I might, but I love how that turned out. I like this tag idea. So I did that with some greeting cards too. And just because there's a because you overlap two greeting card pieces, I backed it to smooth it out. Just backed it with scrap paper to smooth it out. And then decorated them up like little tags. And then you would put this on a page and you could tuck stuff behind it. I say you like I'm not getting rid of that one. So this is another pouch. I stuck dividers in here, but they curl. Can you see that S curve when I open it? I mean, you can stick something on one side of the divider and something on the other side of the divider. What I should do is get a tab. I have a bunch of tabs already punched. I should get a tab and stick it in there so that it's a divide. And so you stick on one side of the tab and on the other, and that way you don't have to open it. And it's a, yeah. This is a collar pocket. This is an envelope. This is an envelope. These are made from, these are really stiff. These are made from envelopes. So you cut the envelope and then you put the piece here and the piece here. This is also made from an envelope. Just things to do with envelopes, making envelopes. This is a stacked pocket on an envelope. And that is the bottom of our box. Okay, guys, so it looks like most of my decorated ephemera I'm going to keep. What I need to do now is figure out how to use it. I also need to figure out somewhere else to keep it. This box is too small. Until I get it decorated up, I mean, once I've gotten it decorated up, now I need to figure out where to use it so that I can get it used. Because my favorite way to do my journals isn't this. My favorite way to do my journals is to make the ephemera that goes with the journal. So this make-ahead stuff is great for practice. It's great for me. It's great for me to learn how to do different things and give me ideas. But as far as making a whole bunch of ephemera ahead of time, this isn't how I work. I know I just spent an hour sorting through a box with you. If you stuck with me for the whole hour, thank you. And God bless you for listening to me yammer about this. If not, I get it. I'm going to continue the spring cleaning because I have to get rid of stuff. And I'm going to try and figure out ways to use this. We might here in the near future start grabbing, just all kinds of random stuff and make eclectic journals just so that I can use this stuff up. I might start pairing it together, like stuff that goes together or by color or something, so that I can start using this stuff up, because I got to get rid of it, guys. It's driving me crazy. But having said that, we will be doing some more spring cleaning in the future, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.